Hi and welcome to another fireworks tutorial brought to you by Hardlight. In the last lesson we learned how to make a very simple button. In this lesson we're going to learn how we can attach swap image behaviors to other parts of our canvas here. Before we get onto that, I'll just show you why I made my button the way I did down here. Basically using this button as a template. So what I'm going to do is select it, go up to this pull down menu here, make sure that I duplicate it, make sure that it's a type of button, and I'm just going to, for argument's sake, call this about. This may be an about site, a button for a site that we're working on. You'll notice that it pops up here. I'm going to drag this out to the canvas here. They both look identical at the moment, but if we double click on our about button, I'm going to double click on the text here, and I'm going to name this about. So when I go back to a cursor, you'll notice that it's now asked me to update the text in the other button states, which I want to do. And that basically now means that if we preview our button, we'll see that we've got about with the same rollover states as our default button base. Switching back to fireworks now, we're going to use our states palette again. I'm going to come down here and click new state, and this state I'm going to call about. Basically this is a frame that's going to have all our information that we want to include about. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to grab another rectangle. I'm going to drag, make it nice and square by holding shift. Okay, I'm going to make it same fill color as our button. And I'm going to use the old cliched question mark. I'm going to push Control T, and I'm going to increase the size of that just to fill the box area. You can obviously do what you want. This is just to show you what we're doing here. Okay. So we've got this here. I normally like to, as I'm working, group items so they will move around as one item. So to do that, just select both items and press Control G. If you notice, we'll go back to state 1 and that question mark and layer disappears, but if we go back to it reappears. How does this help us? Well, if we go to state 1 and we come over here and use our slice tool, I'm just going to drag myself a little slice about the same size again. Actually, I'm going to make it a bit longer so as I can include some text below. Make a slice about half the size. Okay, go back, get our pointer tool, and click on the About button, and you'll notice this little, almost like a crosshair appears. Grab hold of that and drag that over here to our slice, and you'll see swap image from about to. So about state 1, state 2. So we want it to go to state 2, seeing as it's corresponding button with state. So we'll say OK to that, and we'll go back to our about state. I'm just going to throw in some text down here. I'm going to draw a little text box, and I'm just going to say this is where information about is found. know it's pretty bad, isn't it? But anyway, we'll just have a look at that now. So now basically when we go to test this, you'll see that now my About button has a rollover that I outlined in the states. So that's pretty simple. If you want any expansion on this, just drop a line below and I'll help you out. Anyway, have fun.